Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you wanna be in paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
That's making me emotional here this morning. Wow. That was Dove's latest 2024 campaign that you just watched. And exactly 20 years ago, Dove launched the first campaign for Real Beauty, a pioneering initiative that sought to challenge and redefine industry beauty standards. It sparked global conversations about beauty norms. And through the years, Dove has continued to champion real beauty. And now, with the advent of AI, there's another hurdle to navigate around. Joining us now is tech and digital wellness expert Lisa Chang to talk about, this really important topic. It's great to see you this morning, Lisa.
Great to see you too, Mayor, and I'm so honored to be talking about such an important and relevant topic that impacts everybody today. But I want to take us back to 2 decades ago. Where it all began was with the startling truth that only 2% of women considered themselves to be beautiful. Just let that sink in for a second. 2% of all women considered themselves to be beautiful on the outside. Let's talk about the inside. We're going to get to that in a minute. But what I love about Dove is that they saw this startling truth and they decided that as industry leaders in the beauty world, they were going to roll up their sleeves and get to the heart of the matter. They started challenging society as well as traditional media players and the overall beauty industry as a whole, and started to really hold them to task to say, are the images that women are seeing, are they digitally distorted? And really own up to the fact that this is having major impact on the way that we see ourselves. So what I love is that we are celebrating 20 years of the fact that Dove has brought out the most incredible work and the most impactful work. They've really allowed us to access resources and education across the board. And what I love is that more and more women are starting to understand that real beauty goes much beneath the surface, and this is about inner beauty, but also loving the characteristics that make them so beautifully unique. And Mary, you're a perfect example of exactly that.
Oh gosh, well I still remember that campaign 20 years ago when it came out. It set a whole new standard. It broke the industry open in a totally different way, a unique way, and really a research-based way, which I think has been so incredibly helpful because, there are platitudes, we can speak to that, we can live into things, but until, we see numbers and until, the beauty industry sees those kinds of numbers, change is really difficult. So I commend Dove for being a real leader in that space in that way.
You're absolutely right. And I think what holds them, sort of above the rest is exactly what you said. They are putting so much research and development into understanding the real impact here. So while there's a lot to celebrate over the last 20 years, the beauty industry has become much more inclusive of race and culture and, orientation, gender, even age. While there's a lot to celebrate there, there's still so much work to be done, especially, as I'm sure you would agree, Mayor, that we are living fully immersed in the digital world.
Yeah, I mean that's where it gets scary, and we've had multiple conversations on this couch about AI and the implications of it and how we're going to see it, populate and really change how we exist in the world.
Yes.
But when it comes to the progress that has been made, started 20 years ago with Dove, we're not exactly in a pretty spot.
No, we're not.
And so, what has the research found when it comes specifically to where AI has headed?
Well, let's start. This is sort of a layered conversation. Let's start with social media. More and more of us are consuming social media at major rates, right? So when it comes to what we're seeing online, the research shows that 8 out of 10 women across the board and young girls are feeling like they have been exposed to harmful beauty content on their feed. Now, what gets even worse is that 1 out of 3 of those people would change their appearance, physically change their appearance in order to feel better about themselves. And so I think that's a really alarming stat when it comes to social media itself. And these are women that would change their appearance even if they know that that image is fake, let's say through a filter or something like that. Now, when you bring AI into the mix, you layer that on. I want you to think about any of the AI images that you've seen so far.
Well, even just what we're seeing in that new campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, you Google most beautiful woman, and all these kinds of images come up. Yeah.
There you go. So you're talking about poreless skin. You're talking about almost a perfect image of someone. Now, that is, once again, oversimplifying what I consider to be beauty, and I'm sure what you consider to be beauty as well.
Oh, yeah.
And so what this is doing is really threatening all of the progress that we've made over the last 2 decades. It could actually set us even further back. So what I love is that Dove has, once again, rolled up their sleeves to get ahead of this issue once again. They have brought out a new campaign, which you're seeing right here.
Yeah, there's a lot of white blonde women in AI. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, thin. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot of those stereotypes that we've moved away from. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so what this campaign is all about is talking about the impact that AI will have on the digital world as it concerns beauty. The code, which you're seeing right here, is about all of that. It's about existing with emerging media. And really, Dove will continue to stand for everything that is real at all times, and also being fully transparent and diverse as well.
Well, I know this is a conversation that we're going to keep having, and let's keep having it on this show. Let's keep having it digitally, and obviously let's keep having it through Dove. We thank them very much for the work that they're doing. Where can people find more info about this campaign and beyond?
So you're going to find it at #KeepRealBeauty, and head over to Dove and Dove Canada as well.
Lisa Chang, thank you so much for being here
Thank you,
today.
Mer.
We can keep going. We'll keep talking.
We
We're going to
will.
go to commercial, but we got more to say. There's more Breakfast Television coming up right after this.